Nom 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 nom. Oi.
Hello, my name is Paulina and I'm an eataholic. Welcome to Tikva Hobbies! In this video, I'll show you how to crochet a shawl consisting of square motifs, a lacy variation of granny square, using variegated or gradient yarn. The most important information is in the video description, as well as the timestamps marking the stages of the process. You need size 3mm crochet hook. I'm using Clover Amour. It's my favorite brand and I find them very comfortable in my hands. So 3mm hook, this is approximately US-C size. I'll comment on it a bit later. Then we need some fingering weight yarn. I'm using this gradient yarn which starts with this white color and changes towards this bright green, emerald green. This is, let me show you, this is YarnArt Flowers. What is the yardage? You can see it on the screen. So 250 grams and the length is 1000 meters, so a kilometer of yarn. That makes 400 meters in 100 grams. So this is fingering weight yarn. Sock yarn would be nice if you find it comfortable enough against your neck. Depends on how you are going to wear it. This is a blend of cotton and polyacrylic, as I understand. Yeah, 55% cotton, 45 polyacrylic. And this is, for me, it's like spring shawl or early autumn. I'm not sure I could wear it in winter, as it's pretty cold here. So the yardage should be approximately 400 meters. It could be slightly finer or a bit thicker. Then if your yarn is finer, you may go for 2.5mm hook size. I'm not sure 3.5 and thicker yarn would be nice for a shawl, as it should be drapey. By the way, if we look at the label, where is this information? Okay, so it also suggests 3mm hook C2. I first tried 2.5mm hook, but the motifs were very thick and not drapey. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the project. It consists of squares and triangles. So you can see this is a triangle. Basically, most part of the shawl is squares. And at the top, we need triangles to fill in the gaps. I'll share the chart, the scheme of the square and the triangle in a moment. Please make a screenshot. Anyway, I'm going to add time markings. Yeah, I'm going to add the times in the description below the video, so you could always check them out there, as well as find all the necessary information connected with this project. The patterns themselves, the square and the triangle, are rather easy. Basically, you chain 8, join in the round, and start working following this chart. So we start with 3 chain stitches at the beginning of the round, work the round, and join in using slip stitch. By the way, here we work the double crochets below the chain stitches. You can see, like here, right? Below the stitches, not in the stitches themselves, just information for beginners. So if you look at the chart, it's pretty easy. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 5 rounds. in the square and you walk in rows if you are working on a triangle. The first 4 rounds you just work on the motif, and when you work the 5th round you join it to your shawl. How we do this? I've got one motif ready to show this to you. You can see that here we have some single crochets. Actually, this is where we join. We work to this part, we work the single crochet joining our square to the shawl, and then we keep working until we see the next single crochet. But first I'd like to comment a little bit, otherwise I might forget about it, on the colors and where you need to start your shawl. You could start if your color is solid. If it's a solid colored yarn, you can start wherever you want to. At the top, from the center, wherever you want to, really. If your yarn is a gradient and the colors change within the motif, so you can see, right, that here I have quite a lot of whites and quite a lot of light green, and my sections are rather long. So for me, it's a bit different and a bit more difficult. If your colors change within the square, you can also start wherever you want. The colors may change a little bit, but if the colors repeat, it will be just a little bit patchworky, but not as well. It would still be, there still will be some harmony, and it's totally fine. With my yarn, it starts with this white section. First I wanted to start from the top, from the central part, but then I figured out that this white section would be dirty pretty soon, when you wear like some foundation or any cosmetics, and in general this part, the central part, tends to be dirty, get dirty easier and more quickly. So I started from the left corner. I first worked this triangle, then another triangle, square, again triangle, square, square, and then I had to cut a piece of thread. First I worked this triangle, but I realized that it wouldn't look nice. Look. You see? This green one looks better. And then I had another square starting with white, and then only then the green section started. So I had to cut these pieces out. This is not a problem. I believe I have quite enough yarn to finish the project anyway. So feel free to cut out the thread wherever you see that you need it, right? It's your project, you are to decide. Again, if you are not sure, you want to struggle with this, if you find it struggling, then choose a solid color or some gradient with short sections. Okay, back to how we join. So I need to join this square in here. Basically, I could join it like this or like this. It doesn't really matter, just that now the end of the motif will be here. Well, I just want it to be here on the side. I'm gonna join here anyway with the next row of motifs, so it shouldn't be a problem. If we look at the chart, you can see a single crochet in here. I'm gonna start with this. Okay, one more double. Okay, we need more focus. One more double crochet, chain one, and then we've got this single crochet. And I'm gonna join, insert the hook right here below the stitches, pull the thread and work the single crochet. Voila, we have joined the piece. One more chain stitch and we carry on. 1, 2. Next we've got if you look at the chart, yeah, we've got another joining. So let's join in the second, like the second stitch here from the right. Joined. We go on. And here, before we have 2 more stitches, 2 more double crochets, we join again. Okay, now join into the second stitch, this time from the left, before this part. I'm going to show you the corner. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. Here we are, ready to join in the center. Chain 1. And where do we work this single crochet? So we have this junction, like sort of like crossroads, if we think of driving, or it's like a little junction here. We join right in the middle of it. So originally we joined just below the loop, right? But now we have like 2 single crochets here, and we just need to pick 2 threads, like here in the middle, and work a single crochet. It might be just a little bit tricky. And here we are, this is joined. Chain 1 and proceed until you're ready with this round. I'm gonna join this part, and then the square is gonna be joined. If we look, so here's how they join. This is probably the most difficult part in this process of joining. So carry on until you are done with the desired length, the desired measurements of your shawl. I finished the shawl itself, and only the final touch is left. The measurements are 131 centimeters the wingspan, and the central part is 61 centimeters. I'll add the inch measurements on the screen. That's the final stripe, this green one. Actually, it still has, I'm not sure if you see it on camera, a little bit, yeah, these lighter specks of light green, and mostly it's dark green. Actually, I still have a little bit of this section left, and I wound my yarn so that this dark and light combo is in the middle. So I'm going to use a solid green now to finish the shawl, and in case I run out of it, I'll still have a little bit of this color. This means I'm gonna start from this corner, so if I run out of this solid green, at least with this part light green, this will make a contrast. So we use the same hook, and let's start finishing the shawl. So this is the central corner. I'm not going to join the yarn right here because it might be visible, although I'm gonna do my best to make it as invisible as possible. Still, let's avoid it. So we pull the thread, chain, let it be 2 stitches, and this tail we just press it along the row and weave it in as we go. Single crochet, 1 more single crochet, and I want to have a picot here, so this means I'll have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's make a picot here before this part, and then above. No, I want it probably right in the middle. If I have it right in the middle, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need it right now. So 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. We chain 3 stitches and work a slip stitch in the first stitch out of these 3. I can grab, and you can grab only one leg of a stitch and pull the thread through. So this makes a picot. In the next stitch, single crochet. That's what it looks like. 1 single crochet, so 2, 3, 4 and 5 under these stitches, and here I want to make a picot. 1, 2, 3, a picot. I'm gonna skip this central single crochet. Three, 4, 5. And another picot. Oops. And single crochet in the next stitch. That's what they look like. Right, I'm not sure I want to make them further apart or closer. Let's put them as it is. And I want to have a picot right here in the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5. If I make a picot now, then in the middle I won't have to. Now I work 1 and probably even, yeah, let's have 2 under these chain stitches. 2 picot, and 2 more single crochets. By the way, you see the tail is woven, just wood and just if it's visible, yeah, I'm gonna just use my scissors and cut it off. I need to repeat it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 single crochets and then a picot. This is basically what you're gonna do all the way around the shawl. Here, when you have this joint, I might want to have a picot here just to accentuate it, and probably somewhere over here and in the middle. This is what you do, and when you come to the wingspan part, like the top part of the shawl closest to your neck, I'm not going to make picots there, just single crochets. Make sure that your project, your shawl, is not shrunk by your finishing. Work enough single crochets under each of these like minimum 2, better 3, but it shouldn't be there shouldn't be any folds. It depends on your tension. I might give you my numbers, but it really does depend on your tension. So 2, 3 single crochets under each of these. And no, because this goes to your neck, and first it's not going to be visible, and second, it just might not be very practical. This is it. By the way, when you come across tails on your way, again, weave them in as you go. All the other tails I'm gonna weave in using a tapestry needle or a sharp needle. I'll see, because this is cotton, and unlike wool, it's not going to be felted. Weave it in thoroughly, or if you're not sure, use some textile glue to fix your ends, your tails. I'm not going to use it. I might just split occasionally the thread and weave in separately. This is a lot of work, so if you don't have the patience, you're welcome to use textile glue. See you when you are done and when I'm done with it, and I'll show you the final result. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it's been useful for you. If so, press the like button please, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. Tag me on Instagram when you share the photos of this project. I'd be super excited to have a look. See you in the next video, and bye!